Alright, good morning everyone. It's Gareth again from Whatchamacallit Gaming, and we're continuing with our next episode of Captains of Industries. Right now we're doing fairly well as far as everything that we've built. We've got enough population center capability. We got 4,600. Food production is an on and off story. I mean, sometimes we're doing great and other times we suck. Our fertility is 60%, so that's not a big hiccup. Power generation, I think we unlocked our next generation of power, or we still have to. Okay, we still have to, we haven't gotten there yet. Right now we're researching mega vehicles, but unfortunately the mega vehicles require... Oh, excuse me. Alright, as I said, we're researching mega vehicles, but they need this electronics level 2. I don't even think we're producing electronics level 1, so... Oh, we can research this. I better do so. Yeah, we also still need to improve the food, because we want to make packaged food. Eggs, bread, snack. Okay, we can do that with the chicken, so we probably have to build a chicken coop, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, because we don't unlock electronics until here. Oh, we are making electronics level 1, that's it. And then we gotta make PVC to make electronics. I think we're making plastic, let's just check that. But I think we're making plastic here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we've got plenty of plastic, actually. So we'll probably end up putting our production center here. Okay, we finished mega vehicles, and we've got exploration. Hooray! We got service and all sorts of fun stuff. The ship's already come back. Okay, but we'll worry about the rest for that. So for now, let's focus on food production. Because I've kind of been ignoring it. I mean, here you can see the loose storage has gotten really full. I wonder if I could just drain this temporarily. Just upgrade this loose storage. Okay, let's build this here. Just temporarily drain the loose storage. It should be this way about setup. Still fine with all that, so I just want to drain the loose storage quick. And just get rid of it from these storage tanks. And I'm going to upgrade this to a large storage capacity, and then we can have 1 or 2. So we don't actually need the small storage here, I want to get rid of it. So once this is empty, oh, what this is? Okay, so this is the big one. Yeah, I think just one of those would be more than enough. Flip, that's probably overkill of the extra size. I forgot we've got now these huge storage capacities. That's really quite nice. It's something I always have enjoyed. Can we upgrade the storage capacity of our tanks? We're probably going to use these big ones for when we start shipping in fuel. But we can. 67. Yeah, why not? Ah, stuff it. Let's just upgrade all of them and be done with it. The major hiccup we're running into is diesel. Even with basically not using the cheats at all anymore, we're still producing 10 times the necessary amount of diesel. We've only drained to 41% oil production, so we still have plenty of oil production to go for it. Yeah, because I mean, one of these loose storage tanks will be enough. We don't need more. Now we just got to drain the tank back in. And then we can see about building a chicken coop and going all out here. And we're still got to unlock next generation. Okay, we're busy with chemical plants. How is it looking here for sand? Because I know sand we're going to start running into mining problems shortly. So we're going to have to start making our way along the beach here. Okay, that should be fine for now. That's going to take a few minutes. Okay, what do we need to do eggs? Because we want to do food packages. So food package, we're going to do the eggs, bread, and a snack. So what does it take to make a snack? Potatoes, salt, cooking oil, okay, and plastic. Equals 1 snack and 1 biomass. But biomass can be recycled, that's no problem. And we've got corn production, so that's plenty. It's just cooking oil that may come into a problem. This should be our corn production here, and we're still doing fairly well on that. Though we are providing corn mash. Okay, so cooking oil, all the way to the top. Corn. Have we unlocked cooking oil? We have. Oh, we're going to need cola. Okay, that's actually quite straightforward, so we need to build another farm. We may have to rotate how I've got this sand stored. But if we're going to do that, then we might as well build a single large sand storage facility. Say there. As expensive as it is, and just drain the sand from these storage tanks. Sorry, this is limestone, not sand. Oops. Limestone. Because that's 4,000 and these are 300, so it's basically fully stocked in this thing anyway. Oh dear, I've made a mistake. Now, the trucks seem to be doing the job quite quickly, all things considered. We're going to need another storage tank because I realized the mistake I've made. It will not be allowed to deliver. No, they will not be allowed to pick up from here. They can deliver, but they can't pick up. And we'll just build a small loose storage right here that they can pick up from. Come on. There. They can pick up from there. They just gotta unload it there. That works perfectly. That'll clear space for our next farm. Because we're going to need it. And then we have water production here. We're still fully tanked up on water, so that's not going. So far, water has actually not been a big problem this game, through this playthrough. Normally, I run into major water problems during my normal gameplay. But in this particular case, it's worked out really well. I'm gonna just move this farm a bit so we can just siphon off from here. And we can run water and that up this way. And then we'll have to run a conveyor belt along the side and build storage here. This thing, we should have canola production, so we can do straight up full canola production. We'll turn that off. We've got pipes level 3 here, so what's the height of these pipes? Oh, it's one more up. That's too high. Okay, if we're going to take water from there, then we'll just run it this way. Oops. And we can siphon water off this tank system because there's no reason not to. But where should we take it? Okay, right here is fine. Probably could move this pipe over, but I'm not I don't really care as much. Just like that. And then we're going to put This is... What does canola count as? Even I don't know. Tell you 100%. Okay, loose storage. But we don't need that big a storage capacity. At least not initially. Water should begin filling up quite quickly, or did I fail to make the proper connection here? No, it's going. It's just we lost the first one due to lack of water production. Oops. Then we're going to end up producing more animal feed, which unfortunately is over here. And on the other side. So animal feed is not a problem. We've got tons. So we've got here, we've got animal feed. Unfortunately here we're going to have animal feed as well. Not having a water flow problem, are we? No, we've got plenty. So water is definitely not a problem with this farm. But then why is the soil water level dropping so badly? Was a tier 3 pipe still not enough to put enough water into anything? Well, that would just suck. Okay, Wrong, right. Don't need food processing. Oh, we're going to need this to make the snap. Corn we've got, salt we've got, plastic we've got. The problem is they're just everywhere. They're not where they should be. Chicken farm is easy to make. Canola's liquid storage, so. Why didn't that connect? I'm not 100% sure what happened there. Now then, we're going to go with large liquid storage tanks, because, well, we might as well. Push that one there. And we'll go with a smaller loose storage tank, because we don't need the stuff as unfortunately, oops. Fortunately, we're going to be ending up shipping everything everywhere, and I've gone too close again. Whew, that was close. That truck almost made it in time to do the job, so let's just pause quick. Give me a few minutes to breathe here. Ah. Like I said, animal feed is not going to be a problem. We've probably got enough here to help 2 or 3 farms worth of production capability. Oh, I didn't notice. You can actually see the plants. Oh, these are green. Wait, these are potatoes, so that answers that question. Huh. I never actually paid close attention to the farms because they'd always just looked, okay, it's a farm, it's growing stuff, no big problems. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Hydro production, I'll take a look now. Not under this. Okay, so that's... It makes carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Okay, so that makes hydrogen. Okay. Okay, we now have liquid storage, we have animal feed. I think I'm going to put the chicken coop on this side. We could probably, but it's going to look really terrible, is run a conveyor belt up through this lane. No, all the way down and feed it. Or do we feed it from the opposite side? The hiccup is trying to build all your infrastructure where you can get it to, because I don't want to ship everything by trucks all the time. Because while the trucks are a nice add-on, it just takes up too much there's just normally, you don't realize it, but by late game, there's just not enough trucks to do everything you want to do. Okay, okay, so it's probably going to want water, but we can siphon water off here, so that's not going to be a problem. But yeah, because we don't want to destroy the chickens as of yet. Me and conveyor belts. Now I'm thinking about it, we better upgrade this blinking thing. Because the reason why is all of the material from this massive storage bunker and this massive storage bunker are all going to end up here. Sooner or later, that's where everything's going to end up. Okay, water tank siphoning. Chickens need water. How terrifying. I wonder if I can do that. Just want to go further down. Just build a vehicle crossing point. Okay, it's just not going to cooperate with me. Will that just be enough space? Because I don't need a lot, I just need a few millimeters. Yeah, that worked. Oh, come on. I can run the pipe underneath that elevated storage capacity, so that's not going to be a problem. And that'll solve the chicken farm, and then we can buy some chickens. Now, how do I want to run this conveyor belt? I want to run it this way around and over because I don't want to block this thing, because at least at the moment... Oh, okay, it doesn't actually matter. They emptied it in about 4 seconds flat. And once this is full, it won't matter either way. I forget these trucks have pretty decent... Okay, now it's conveyor belts 3. Yeah, wonderful. I really wish I knew whether the designers had added a quick button for the conveyor belts, but I don't honestly know, and I haven't been able to find any information on YouTube, so at least for now I'm assuming they have not added a quick button for conveyor belts, for quick upgrades of pipes and conveyor belts. I'm hoping in the future they do so, but for now I assume they have not. Oh, stuff it, let's just upgrade it anyway. We're going to need the storage capacity later on. Are we really full up? Oh, it's because our population is so big. I might as well turn that off. Because we're using it all. It's all going into this production center, and then this tank is being used for food production. This, yeah, of course, you've been full up for a while now, so you had to shut down. Alright, tab. Nope. Yep. We don't have high enough. Okay, then we're gonna have to donate. Back to our cargo ship. We're gonna load the cargo. Okay. Deliver cargo. force unload the ship a bit later. Meantime, just double check here for snacks. Okay, salt we have, plastic we have. Biomass is going to be a problem. Making cooking oil at the moment, it's right there. Though I may have screwed that up, because now the trucks can't get to it at all. Okay, hang on a minute. I've screwed this up. Trucks have no access. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this a bit of a weird one. Trucks have to have access to the cooking oil. We're going to want that later. What's our ship currently doing? Okay, we'll just hit donate. We'll call the ship home. I'm not going to have it low cargo yet. Oh, they're draining it, but why aren't they keeping this full? It's not like there's not enough diesel for them to take. There is tons of diesel for them to take. Oh. Why did I turn this off? Ah, I must have done that by accident. That must be it. That's why the diesel wasn't being taken. I must have accidentally highlighted all these containers and forgot that I highlighted the last two at the end. Oops. That's going to cause no end of trouble. Okay, before we load the ship, I just want to force unload it. Shipyard. So it only just takes the cargo I want it to take. Load the ship up. Come on, somebody come put diesel in these damn tanks. We're going to run out of gas before we even get home. This is wastewater. Okay, so it's not diesel. And we got to start making everything. We've got most of what we want made. Done loading cargo for settlement. And they've come to fill up the tanks. Excellent. Concrete. Sand production is still being difficult because we're using it for I don't want to dig too close to the coastline because I don't know when it starts flooding in here. I'm hoping that should still give us some. Okay, let's just not take the risk. Instead, we'll dig this way. Just dig closer to shore here. More vehicles, excellent. Okay, the ship is there. Let's purchase. Ship can come home. Okay, we're gonna just pinch plus 50 from the other farm. And it'll start grinding up, but we need storage. I've forgotten the basics. Storage. This should store X. Yes, it does. Okay, just to give some room here. I'm not. Okay, hang on. Let's just run this to here. Yeah, it looks a bit weird, and it's going to force the trucks to take a bit of a bigger circle. But it also means we can build a second stockpile for stockpiling chicken meat when we need to. Oh, why has my health dropped so badly? Oh, we have flu. Okay. But we don't have a hospital at the moment. We have a health boost going on, so it's not as bad as it could be. We need to build a medical center, because now we have it available. But to make a medical clinic, we need a lot more stuff, which I don't have at the moment. I was building up towards it, but I don't have it at the moment. Okay, I just want to check something. Alright, chicken egg production is fine. I want to make snacks, I want to make health food. And concrete production is at 0? Oh, yes, it would be. Oops. I forgot I stopped everything so I could get the production going. Ah, foolish me. Luckily we had reserves. Let's get these back online and get everything back to working. How the heck did that happen? That must be because I've rotated the structures, but they're all rotating inwards. Oh well, that looks kinda cool, so it's not a problem. Let's get concrete production back up and running. And with the better formula, I think. No difference in formulas. Oops-a-daisy. My stupidity. Yeah, at least as far as I can tell, we've got more than enough resources going where they need to go. So we don't need to worry about upgrading the belts. We've got extra vehicles now. Oh, I have to turn on planning mode. Let me turn that off. Alright. They're complaining about a flu pandemic. We've just had loss of life, so we need to make medical supplies to prevent that from happening again and make everybody happier. Okay, medical equipment requires steel, plastic to make medical equipment. That's not a problem. A disinfectant to make medical supplies. Because I think we need medical supplies. But we can't make disinfectant yet, to my knowledge, or can we? Yes, we can. Hello? Ethanol, plastic, in a chemical plant. Alright, why don't we stop with that, because our plastic and that is all being made in the same place. I wanted to make snack food, but we're running into problems, so that's a slight hiccup. So, chemical plant. Okay, we've got the chemical plant Mark II. We can use it to make disinfectant. We've got plastic, but are we manufacturing ethanol? I don't think we are. No, we're making night ammonia and sulfur, but we are most certainly not making any other resource. Okay, let's find out where do we make. I think ethanol we could make, but it's also a product of plant matter. Yeah, here. Corn mash, oxygen equals ethanol and carbon dioxide. Made in a fermentation tank. Well, that's easy to make. That is ridiculously easy to make because we have corn mash. But once again, I built everything in the wrong blinking place. Oh boy. Because our ethanol production is right here. Our corn mash production is right here. Alright, we're going to build a storage tank and move it over. We don't really have a choice in the matter. in the vehicle storage. So we'll go with the storage tank, which we will fill with corn mash. Then we want chemical production. We want to make this, we want to make ethanol. Okay, sorry, fermentation tank. Where were you? I did see you a minute ago. There's the fermentation tank. Oh, we could also use sugar, but we're not making sugar at the moment, we're making corn mash. Sugar's more efficient, but... Me and these pipe layouts always going to get me. This pipeline just took it the direction the other way. Fine. Then we want to build a smokestack. So we're just going to bleed off the excess waste. So we won't be using the nitrogen at the moment. We've got storage of, we have production of nitrogen elsewhere. Now then, CO2 gases. That's going to be fun because I've screwed this up, I see. Doesn't matter. I know later on we get the ability to turn the carbon dioxide into some kind of carbon material we use for additional production. I can't just remember what it was, but I do know we get to use it later, so that's not going to be a big problem. Not the neatest, but stuff it, it'll work. Okay, that's supplying the oxygen. I wonder if I should build a storage tank for the... it doesn't actually matter because they'll fill up quite quickly. It needs 8 each, and this is producing 12, so we're actually coming up short. Not by much, but we're coming up short. But I don't think it matters in the long run as far as production is concerned, because at the moment, I honestly wonder if I play this game a bit with too big a production in mind. When it comes to building material for building buildings, so our main production center here, I think I'm doing fine as far as size is concerned. But I think when it comes to these secondary chemical productions, I'm overdoing it somewhat. Making 10 times what I need to make what I need. Oh yeah, that's just for the compost. Ouch. I was hoping this would be used up quicker, but it's not. And there's more biomaterial coming in as soon as we get the plant food production online. Okay, did I upgrade this tank or not? No, I have not. Okay, let's upgrade the tank. We'll Actually, no, we don't need to worry about that one at all. Just to get production back up and going, because we need to... That should drain the chemicals, and that should start getting the biomass burners back online. Okay, now we're making ethanol. Probably not to the scale we need, but we're making it. Now we need to make disinfectant. We've got plastic here, we've got ethanol, so that's not going to be a big problem. We can start producing disinfectant in the chemical plant. We're only going to make it in small amounts. I mean, even now, there's still tons of, those spray bottles that for all the COVID stuff lying around that you can pick up cheap because people bought too much. Even we at home here have a 5-liter container we bought for a party, and even though we used some of it, we haven't used a lot of it, so I don't think we need quite as much disinfectant, real world or game world. Okay. Oh, that was stupid. Damn it. Yeah, build it. Just build it backwards. Why not? Off. Let's start with one and see where we go, because I don't quite know what the usage is at the moment. We'll run a pipe this way and over and straight into the disinfectant, but for plastics, okay, we should run our plastic pipe first. And we go up, over, and through. Okay. Snake it. No, that's not going to work. Much as I want it to work, it's not going to work, so we're just going to go up. Yeah, eventually all the neatness that I planned out and made all look nice. And oops. Actually, no, that'll work really nicely, but we're still going to be 1-to-1 up because we want to take the piping along, so. Run our ethanol pipe. Yeah, let's run it here. Okay, will it let us? Yeah, it'll let us. Punch out disinfectant, which we'll just store in a single large warehouse. Here comes the plastic. Okay, now we're making disinfectant. Now to make medical stuff, because as far as I know... Oh wait, we first got to make medical equipment. We haven't made any of that yet. That'll probably be on the far side. Plastic and that, and then we'll ship the medical stuff, so because that's where our production is. This is basically our chemical production side, and we're going to want... How's production going? Okay, it's actually fairly quick total production amount, so it's not going to be a problem. We'll probably find we're running short on everything later. Population still has the flu. Good thing our population is so insane, and just terrifying, but it is actually fact in ancient history, people died of the flu. Terrifying as it may sound, people died of the flu. Where can we squeeze everything? Okay, for now, let's delete these structures. Probably want to build a spare one somewhere, just in case we end up with a truck stuck. We'll just dump that here for now, just in case the truck gets stuck. And now I want to build the supply. require steel, plastic. So we're going to have to create a warehouse. Now this should be our steel line. There it is. It's running here. If we do have gaps, we could siphon it off here. We could actually siphon it off this way. Yeah, this is not going to look neat. It's not going to look nice. It's not going to look anything. I just want to leave the gap here because there's more advanced construction stuff later. So I'll just leave the gap. Just pause. We want to make plastics off. I've screwed up. No. Because we're going to put a small warehouse here. This will be to run our plastics out. I'll put a pair of small warehouses in front of this building for the medical supplies. Disinfectant, chink. I should. Oh no, sorry. Plastic. Plastic. Ka-chink. Now then, we'll take our flat conveyor belt and we'll attach it right here. We should be fine at that level. Okay, I guess not fine at that level. I was hoping it would be fine. But I guess not. That'll grant us the steel we need. And that's just a case of building medical supplies. Oops. Oops. Medical supplies are next. It requires disinfectant and medical equipment. But we'll get that now. We'll also build that right here, and then we'll build another storage container. We'll just copy what we've built, basically just copy what we built here, and we'll just ship the resources around. Just leave a gap for this will want disinfectant. It won't take very long for these trucks to fill everything up. And then it's just a case of how do we feed it to the city. As you can see how quickly, because we'll probably build our hospital here. I would like to build it on this side, but we've got the wood line here. And this road is heavily used, so putting a building in the way is not going to help anyone. But you can see how quickly I'm gone from one moment where I got most of my stuff fed by conveyor belts to not so much. Ugh, wrong again. No, that was not what I wanted to do. I have forgotten to turn something off. gonna have to see about maybe centralizing a warehouse or building a new industrial sector, because yes, we're going to start running into major transportation. Mind you, once we get the really big trucks, it shouldn't be a problem. We can just extend this way. And we still got space to build all of this, so we can build the third tier of, third or fourth tier, I can't remember what it was, construction components. Here. Yeah, because here we're going to construction parts 4. Sorry, 4. And that looks to be the end of the construction component parts. Okay, we haven't got quartz mining technology yet. I thought we had unlocked that. Is it because we haven't found a quartz mine? Or have I missed something else entirely? Okay, yeah, we haven't found a quartz mine, that's why. Alright, now we should be able to build a medical facility, and that should hopefully deal with the occasional flu problem. Clinic. Okay, it looks like it could take 2 types of medical supplies. So later on we'll probably find we develop a more advanced medical option. It says we don't need more wood. There, that should solve our population problem. How does a sawmill... Oh, it's because the people are off there. Okay, that's fine. Recycling edicts. Yep. Why not? Though, I will admit we are overproducing on iron, but that's not a problem. I better boost you again so we can get rid of some of this iron ore. You're not making iron scrap though. Yeah, as I thought, the truck's just... Or are we not making enough disinfectant for it to be transferred safely? No, we've got plenty here. Oh no, we don't. We don't. Okay, let's copy this facility. Ugly as you could want. But so be it. Is oxygen production a problem? No, oxygen production is not a problem. Ethanol production is, well, sorry, corn mash production is not a problem. It's just slow on the ethanol production, that's to be expected. Luckily, we really don't need a lot of it to make disinfectant. So we are really maxing out our production here. Power generation is still fine. Haven't screwed that up. Haven't unlocked the next tier either. I know it was somewhere in that research tree. Wow, that got full fast. I mean, wow. But are we producing? I think the only continuous production of animal feed is this side. So eventually the chickens are gonna starve, so I better just make a cheat storage capacity. Just to play it safe. Explosives this is. U-shaped belts. Actually, this one may work nice. Okay, so no, that's very, very, very specific. So that's not going to help me at all. I believe the other connection is fine, so then this will work fine. Did I build the wrong structure? No, I didn't. Or did I? It's not the wrong structure. So why can I not import animal feed to this building? Ah, there it is. I wish I had a better control system than this. Yeah, it's gonna just fill it up. But so be it. I don't want the chickens to die, not after all this trouble. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes using the cheats don't work the way you want them to. But that's what cheating causes. Alright, disinfectant plastic medicine, that's all working out fine. Disinfectant production is a bit slow, but there's not very much I can do about that at the moment. I think we got the next generation glass production. No, it's still coming. But glass production is not a problem. It's really not a problem. Research is fine. What's about coal? Yeah, we're gonna have to start looking into digging a hole here. I wonder if this would work. Where are the retaining walls again? I'm a bit confused how these retaining walls work, because logic dictates that if I built a retaining wall here to here, it should stop the ground from falling in. But it doesn't. If I elevate the retaining wall out of it, it also doesn't do anything. Actually, I had quite a bit of trouble with these retaining walls because they don't seem to make very much sense to me. I don't know why. You'd think they would work that way. Ah, damn it. I don't even know if I'm getting the angle of approach correct here. should fit. Then just delete, 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 delete. I don't know if I should put a retaining wall across. Well, that should do it. Now we find out if this works at all. I'm not quite sure I've ever figured out how these retaining walls work properly. We had enough concrete, it just took a little while. Oops. Right, I did elevate some of these retaining walls. Okay, so it's automatically elevating the retaining wall to the correct height because of that. Perfect. Okay, we've now unlocked heavy oil cracking. Thank you for that. Yeah, concrete production, because I screwed up earlier, is a bit sluggish. To my knowledge, it should still be going at full power. Yep. And we were producing plenty of fuel gas, so that's not a problem either. We should have salt there. Salt's also not a problem. The fuel station is there. I have no idea if these retaining walls are going to work, honestly. I've had very little luck with this stuff. And soon we'll need to use it. Well, not quite yet, but we're getting there. It doesn't matter. Alright. Oh good, we're building the next generation of power units. That's excellent. Right, now what we were looking at making snacks because we want to improve our food production problem. We're not having a food problem at the moment. We've got 18 months of food because the new greenhouses are doing really well. Managed to empty bio-storage temporarily. Can I pause this thing? Yeah, get them to focus on draining, but I think I do have it set that way. Yeah, it's prioritizing that in. So it's not a big problem. It's just there in case we need it. Okay, that's not a problem. Bread of production is through the roof. I actually wish we could trade food. It's one of the weird things in this game. You can buy food, but you can't trade food. You would think for most civilizations or settlements, food is what you want to trade. You know, where's this quartz mine? Coal mine. That could come in useful later. But I think we have one there. Yep. Alright, let's kill these pirates. Yeah, I can trade fuel for food, but I can't trade food. But we can trade supplies. We can rig up a supply setup, but for now I'm not interested in doing that. Because so far we're very self-sufficient, all things considered. Alright, let's go. We want to make food packaging. We got eggs, we got bread. It's the snack we need to make. So, snacks. We've begun production of this. We've got salt, we've got corn. We've got plastic, we've got everything. It's just the biomass that's going to be a problem. Because our current biomass conversion program is completely overwhelmed with just the city's biomass. To say nothing about everything else. Oh boy, these guys are toast. Yeah, that wasn't even a basic victory. That was easy as pie. Luckily we have the population capacity to set them. We are making... Oh, where was it again? It's on this side. Oops. We are making cooking oil from our canola farm. We could probably make more if we upgraded to the more advanced forms of... what's it? Where are you hiding now? Fertilizer. We are making this, so we can't do it. The hiccup being is once we switch to this more advanced fertilizer, this becomes a problem, because then this is useless. The whole reason I'm using organic fertilizer is just to keep the city's organic waste free. Now I could probably cancel this and then all the waste will just end up here in the trash, but still. Ah, right. This is unfortunately the part I'm coming to now. What's our next step? What's our real next step? Okay, let's just go for it. We want to build snacks here. This will be used to make a food processing unit. We've got corn. That's not going to be a problem. Snacks were made in. Assembly plants. So we've got bread, we've got eggs. We'll take the bread directly, we've got the bread, we'll just make the plus that. Oh wait, that's food processing. It's made a food processor, sorry. Food processor. So it's here that we need to make the snacks. And now our corn production is at 0. Go freaking fig. Fine, we'll increase production. Because, I mean, we've got fertilizer, it's not a problem. We've got water, it's not a problem. For some strange reason, the rain has been so consistent, we haven't been able to drain the groundwater. Let's do this then. Upgrading power plants. This sounds like it could be more enjoyable. Then we got to see how this this generator works. 3 megawatts equals 3 megawatts, so it's straight to straight. High pressure turbine, low pressure turbine Mark II. Luckily we've got battery backup, so that's not going to be a big problem. In fact, we're not even using the high pressure generators. How big are you? Okay, then let's decommission this one first, and then we'll move on to the next. So, for now... $3 megawatts. What's your current output? You put 2 megawatts of mechanical power output. So you can't even drive one of these generators, so we need 2 of these to drive one of those and a flywheel. Youch. Alright, on second thoughts, I'm not going to upgrade the other systems at all. I don't even know if I can do this properly. I'll just do one, and we'll see how that works. This is high pressure steam, so that will come there. Just even with this output, okay, that's going to be a slight problem. How can I run this? How can I run this? How can I run this? Because they need to be connected in order to run the drive shafts. Unfortunately, they don't give you a shaft extension or anything like that. I'd rather not bleed off the high pressure steam. This one I can connect. This one's not going to be a problem. Yeah, let's just run it like that. Just to try my hand at this. building you up to? Okay, that's that upgraded. Yeah, I'm procrastinating not building more supply chains because I know I'm going to have fun trying to figure out how to put everything. Did I forget something? Oh, what's our electronic connectors like? No, that's not the problem. It's this again. What are you? Problematic? High pressure steam. Oh, is it having a problem outputting the low pressure steam? Did I get my connections wrong? No, that's low pressure steam. It feeds back into this pipeline and it goes straight to these machines. I will admit, this is what annoys me. The steam seems to be coming to here and then getting stuck. Oh, is this thing... Oh, don't tell me you did that. Oh, you son of a... Why the hell did that pipe reverse itself? So the whole reason this system hasn't been working is because this stupid pipe reversed itself. Are you kidding me? Fortunately, tier 3 pipes aren't strong enough to handle all the output. That's very annoying. Why are you no longer? Output. You've got flow. I can't believe the whole time we've been having trouble getting these others to run is because one stupid pipe decided to reverse itself. That's just stupidly ridiculous. Okay, should we duplicate this? Low turbine produces 2 megawatts, so it's actually more efficient to have 4 of them on the end here. And this will add more steam usage, so... no. That stuff, let's just rebuild it from scratch. Nope, wrong. Low in, low out, okay. That's my low pressure steam pipes. Boy, did I leave enough room to build more of these things? I don't think I did. Not really. So we're probably gonna have to build here. That's why I made sure to keep up one vehicle assembly facility, because we were gonna freaking need it. Damn, our power grid has all of a sudden just collapsed because these can't vent high pressure steam needs to transport low pressure steam. So for whatever reason, these pipes are just not handling the output. Unless I've wired this backwards. I don't think so. Up high in, low out. So I've got it wired correctly, it's just a case of it's not pumping enough out. Even though there's plenty of space for it to go. Yet it's still stalling on me. The pipes, unfortunately, just can't handle the capacity. I don't know if we'll unlock bigger pipes later on. We probably will. Oh. We just finish up. But at least output is great enough that it's not a big problem, and it'll slowly clear up as everything gets going. Yeah, water production is so not a problem at the moment. Okay, everything else seems to be working. It's just going to keep complaining till doomsday, which is weird because there's more than enough high pressure steam coming into the thing to run, so it should just run. Yeah, 12 liters through a pipe. Even for me, that seems a bit low. 50 liters, okay, I could get. But 12... We'll unlock tier 4 pipes or whatever. I don't even know if there are tier 4 pipes. I've never played the game long enough to get to that point. Okay, let's ignore that problem for now. Let's continue with our snack food production problem, which I need a quick refresher course on. So we need to bring salt here, we need to bring plastic, we need to bring cooking oil, we need to bring corn. Is corn production up to spec? Barely. I may just cheat the corn, because I'm also using it for food, so. Mind you, if we're turning it into other stuff, it may not be such a big problem. Let me just get the food processing centers out. What's our potato production like, quick? We've got potatoes here, we've got potatoes here. We've got no potatoes here, so if I switch this entirely to potato production, then maybe it would be better to work on potato-based corn products rather than and we delete this thing altogether. Delete this. Switch this entirely over to potato production solely for the purpose of producing. I don't know if this target matters, honestly, because we've got the fertility, so I don't know if it actually matters. We'll see how it goes. And we'll run the potatoes straight here. Can we run a pipeline for the... but it's all the way over here, so I guess not. Alright, we'll run the potatoes first, because that one we can run, it's close. probably way too much space, but I don't care because I know we're running. Come on. 3 connections here. Alright, so that should be fine for potato production. We still need salt, we still need plastic, so we'll run those to this side. Once again, we'll just use small workshops. Ah, screwed up. Huh? Oh, sometimes I forget about that. Okay, now we just need the salt and the oil. Salt is in, potatoes are in. It's just oil and your oil production is on the far side, so we'll just go with another storage tank. Cooking oil. But this pipe is too high. That's fine. Alright. Storage. Yeah, I've got a plan for the biomass. I'm just going to cheat the flick out of it. Yeah, it doesn't matter, we'll just use the cheaper, smaller one. Just add this, and now it will automatically destroy any of the biomass that goes in there, since we really don't have the capacity to actually make any of it. We can't be siphoning off that much steel. I wouldn't believe you if you told me we were. Okay, so it's the electronic packages that are proving. We've got plenty of rubber, and we've got plenty, it's just they're very slow at producing. That's all. And this farm should help us make all of what we need. Fast potato, 100 something odd units per dance, so it's not a problem. That's snack food. We've got eggs, we've got bread, we've got snacks, so we'll just build the assemble point right here, and we'll just start feeding everything. Something tells me that used up all we had left of the cooking oil. Yeah, I'm anywhere near achieving greatness with this game. I'm lucky half the time if everything is just working. But here, I've stalled this out completely because I'm not using heavy oil. I know we could break it down into diesel, but I don't need more diesel. Biofuel gas, if I'm not mistaken, not only are these tanks full, but I'm producing more of it here, so at least that's not a problem. At least the population is semi-alive. I haven't killed them off yet. We'll switch from bread to food packages. Yeah, come on, deliver the last of it. Of course, why not? There we go. But if potatoes are going to be a problem, I may have to add potato cheetah here just to make sure that I have the necessary supplies to keep production, because we're going to be feeding our population with this stuff. No, this is U-shaped. Oops, I forgot to do that. That guarantees no matter what happens, we will always have our supply of potatoes. Medical supplies too. Okay, but I don't have that at the moment. It's just these pipes can't transfer enough compounds. I'm funneling far too much into a single set of pipes. And even with cooling towers to take care of the waste runoff, it's still not enough. Thankfully, the upgraded power generators are more than enough for dealing with all of this stuff. Alright, moving on to our next step here. Before we start feeding our population. There we go. from here. So we might as well just build this here. Probably still haven't given us enough room. That. Now comes the real fun bit. Unfortunately, I've come into a bit of a hiccup now that most of my production centers are quite a distance from where I want to produce my goods. Does this not feed food packages into the community? I was under the assumption that that's what we used this for. But it looks like food packages are used for something completely different. Okay, if food packages are not used to feed the community, what do we use them for? Let me just build a storage structure here to deal with this. Because I was under the impression a food package was a all-in-one inclusive quick easy meal for our population. We could easily feed the whole population rather than fighting with multiple different types. We can just feed them a food package and they get everything. At least that's what I thought. It seems even I've got this wrong. Because they accept snacks and tofu. Food packages must be part of a trade deal then. I must use it for... Must be. But they take food packages out of the storage bunker, so that's not going to be a problem. Okay, then we must use food packages here somewhere. Okay, it's not this settlement. Nope. Nope. Okay, no, this is for heavy oil production to get gold to microchips. That guy just supplies boats. Oh, here we go. Food package to crude oil crude oil. So that one will let us sell or ship food packs for crude oil. Explore that town. Let's see if that town has something. Okay, there's a quartz mine we gotta attack. some point, and this is... Oh. Might as well set that to maximum production. Okay, so that's a trade item. I was always under the impression it was a food item. I never really got into making it, but now food production, for these guys, they're pretty happy. They should have just about everything. Except for fresh fruit and vegetables. I haven't gotten around to making any of that yet. Yeah, the ship, despite being more guns, is nowhere near as well armed. Okay. I didn't realize, okay. Okay, so we found another oil rig, but we've got one right here, so I'm not going to even bother with the rest. Damn, low pressure steam. Can upgrade the glass production, only one slight hiccup. If memory serves, these new glass production units are bigger than the other ones. Yeah, alright, fine. Was there not a town there? And I either dismissed it or it cancelled quicker than I expected. Oops. Just waiting for the glass to drain back into storage and then we can get to work. Actually, you know what? Stuff it. Does this not produce slag at all? No, it doesn't. So we can delete the whole slag factory thingy, so that helps. Up to that point anyway, because the rest is going to be needed to be recycled. Okay. Assuming the reason it's longer is this kill is more refined, so it will take a little bit, it doesn't produce as much damage to the glass during production, so we don't have to waste as much time cleaning off debris, and therefore no slag. How awesome. I still haven't figured out how to do high pressure fuel production. Well, most of it's working now. We're still maxed out our towers here, but they're pretty efficient. Okay. Just want to check. Okay, wow, I was having more fun than I expected. I've gone way over time from normal. So I'm sorry, this is going to be a longer episode than usual. But I hope everyone enjoys. We actually got quite a bit done this time. And I hope you all have a great day. This is Gareth, Whatchamacallit Gaming, out.